Howdy y'all, I am iceGold, and today I wanted to talk about the 3 best packs, in my honest opinion, that you can buy in this game. Seeing as my pet making guide video has hit a snag, I can't even make 2 ancient bases because Wiz. I decided to talk about this today. It's a video I've been sitting on for a little bit, and I did want to talk about it because packs in this game, I mean, who doesn't love gambling, right? I mean, it's banned in the state of Texas, so tough. But packs do honestly have quite a like big effect on the gear that you can use throughout the game. And while the free-to-play alternatives have, been better in a lot of cases, there are some packs that I think are absolutely worth buying just as you go along. And I've had my own issues with the pack model and how packs just work in general. I've gone over that, I think, at some point last month. But this video is dedicated to the 3 best packs that I think you can buy. And to kick off at number 3, we have, in my opinion, the newest pack, the Fanciful Faeriequeens Horde pack. And this pack, for those unaware, it drops the equivalents to the Xibalba gear set. Now, just so we're clear, the Xibalba gear set comes from the Crying Sky Raid, which is the hardest content in the entire game right now. And, I mean, the Polaris Raid did just drop, and the Crying Sky Raid is still harder. So, just to really give you some perspective, and these are the boots. These are the Xibalba boots. I don't have the Faeriequeens boots, but the stats are the same for Fire, and for all schools, really, but this is just the example I'm using. So, you get all of this with the Faeriequeens boots, but I think that you do get a different item card. I do think the furnace is a little more useful from this, but I think you might get a sun blade or trap. It depends on school. I'm not entirely sure myself what you get, but you get like a sun buff if you're fire or myth or life, or a star buff if you're storm or death, or a moon buff if you're ice or death, I think. And yeah, I mean, it's a good pack to open because it drops really, really good gear. And this is the equivalent to the Dream Reaper gear. Now, the big difference is that it gives a little less health, slightly more resist actually, but it doesn't give pip chance in favor of shads. And in my honest opinion, if you don't want to do Nightmare, and you have like an extra triangle slot that you want to use just like on your, I don't know, a Thame or deck, preferably you're a Thame, let's be real, Circle Jewels matter too much to give up. If you want to, you can open the Faeriequeens pack and get the equivalent to the boots that I have on the left, and just socket pip chance elsewhere. And shad rating, it doesn't really matter that much in PvE. I do think it's very helpful if you're on an ice, because being able to snowball barrage round 2 is really good, but it is good. It is a good equivalent to the Reaver gear. So I would recommend. It's not like super overpriced. It's only about 400 creds a pack, the standard. So the Faeriequeens pack, it drops just the Reaver equivalent, but with a few little differences. As you can see here, the Xibalba Meteoric Sword and the Faeriequeens Sword, the Parasol rather, because that's what the wands look like. But the big difference between these two is that the Faeriequeens Sword will give shad rating, while the Reaver wand will give pip conversion. And that's really the big difference between the two. It's just very, very good gear to try and farm for. And then the same goes for the Thames. They are equivalent to the Reaver, except instead of block, they give outgoing healing, same as Xibalba. The amulets, they use the same template as like the Hunhao. I don't actually have any Xibalba amulets, but you got the idea. This and the deck, it's both the same. It's just Reaver equivalent. And then the rings aren't great, but you know how that goes. So you can do what you want with how you set up with the Faeriequeens gear. So that is going to wrap up my number 3 spot for the most worthwhile pack to buy. It is definitely a good pack, especially if you're max level, but even if you're lower level, having this wand template is pretty nuts. So that's where I'll close out this entry. For the second entry, and the reason why I'm here at my guild house, is because I can go into my bag and I can look at all of the Dahlia's Sweltering Shoes that I have from the Professor's Horde pack. Now, one big thing about the Fairy K pack is that the drop rates are super diluted, and you know how that goes. It's just gambling with more added nonsense to it, but if you do get the gear, it's good. The Professor's Horde pack, in my honest opinion, is the best Horde pack that you can buy from the Crown Shop, because it gives this gear, which is really, really good, especially for level 10. I mean, look at the fire set. You know, it's like the resist is sort of inconsequential, but 10 damage and 2 accuracy at level 10 is very, very good. Highly recommend. It's like this is the best. These are the best boots for like pretty much up until level 50 when Malastare boots are a thing, and even then I think the level 50 or 60 ones start getting crit, and I have the 60 ones here, and these are better than Waterworks. I'm just gonna say it, these are better than Waterworks. The crit is really, really important, especially at the lower levels. I think from levels 0 to 90-ish is when this pack is at its best. This is the best Arc 1 and 2 gear pack to open. I even have this ice wand that I think I might have gotten at some point in there, but yeah, the gear pieces are all really, really good. Here's the fire wand for level 100. I mean, just look at that, 17 damage. That's honestly crazy. So yeah, I mean, I have bought quite a lot of these, like just quite a number over the years. And okay, I should mention, like, I don't know how this skipped my mind when I was thinking about putting this on here. I was going to put it because it has a really, really good drop rate and really, really good just items. Because I mean, look at these. These boots are insane, and the wands are also really, really good. And there's no fame, amulet, or ring, or really pet or deck. There's mounts, but don't worry about it. But yeah, basically the drop rates are just really, really good on all this, and it's really, really good gear. It's not super diluted, but I mean, okay, the robes aren't good, but there's two hats. There's two hats that this pack drops. The Dahlia's Smoldering Hairdo, and I wish I had a higher level version than 20, because once you hit, I think, 40 and up, like, I'm gonna get into it. So, the Dahlia's Smoldering Hairdo and Dworgen's Havoc Hood. I wonder if I actually have... Okay, I do have a Dworgen's Havoc Hood, but just so we're clear, this gives Mass Feint. And if you didn't think that Feint was already an insane spell, 70% damage on a target with only a 30% on yourself, now we have Mass Feint. And this makes the game completely just trivial, alright? Like, Mass Feint it's so insane. I mean, it puts a feint on just all of the opposite side, and it does put that 75% feint on yourself, but it is well worth it when you're taking into account putting, you know, up to 4 feints on the entire opposing team. This is how 1-round strategies are made and executed and carried out. This is just an insane questing bump if you have a teammate who has this. It's really, really good for support roles in places like Darkmoor, and like the Storm Titan and that sort of thing, Hall of Heroes, Aberrant Paradox. Just all these bosses are made so much easier by the fact that Mass Feint exists. I mean, Aphrodite, you know, it's like it took me 80 runs to get my ring for my Exalt Balance when I was doing PvP, and like, if I didn't have this spell, or like if one of my friends rather didn't have the spell and was using it, it's like I would not have liked it very much. It would have been a very bad experience without this. But back to the Dahlia hat. Do I have a Dahlia hat on me? I do have a Dahlia hat on me. Okay, so I don't think I need to explain much on this. It used to be bugged to where it was doing 400% of the damage, but it has since been fixed. Still, 200%. So if you have a fire, just a regular fire, with like the best gear setup, like 237 damage, all that jazz, and you have another fire who has a Decathlon deck 5 or above, then, and also has this hat on, and enough accuracy, the first fire can send a Scald on turn 1, 525 damage to all targets on just a basic overtime. The second fire can then use Incendiate on the first turn if they have, again, the Decathlon deck in this hat, and it does mass. That's all I need to say. And couple it with Mass Feint, whoever that is, and couple that with Mass Feint. It's like, this is how the Omen Streetbog strategy works. Like, Scald Incendiate with Mass Feint. It's like, this Professor's Horde pack matters so much when it comes to farming things. So it's like, it already gives such good gear for, you know, the lower levels and all that. And oh boy, there's even one more thing I didn't mention about this pack. This is why it's up here, saying, like, just so we're clear. It just gives so much good gear and amazing item cards, and it's not even like super diluted with like all the accessories. But there is one more thing that I wanted to mention. I don't actually have any of the newer 140 or 150 wands, Professor's Horde wands, but in like advanced content later on, and I'm going to use the High Lore Magus Gold Skeleton Key Boss just as an example for this. But against the High Lore Magus, you need to off-school. So typically, like, you'll get a fire with myth stats, and, you know, they'll just Orthrus on whatever turn and beat the boss. And that's how a lot of things are done. I have a fire with myth stats for a raid set, and this is super duper important because, okay, I don't have the pins in, but I promise this gets to around 195, which is the damage cap for both fire and myth. And you basically just have fire's stat caps, which are better than myths in terms of offense. And yeah, that's how that goes. And mine is honestly kind of scuffed because I don't have the Professor's Horde, what's it called? Headmaster's Conjuration Staff or whatever. I don't have that, but basically it's the Merciless Wand. All right, stay with me. The Merciless Wand, which if I could just get back into the bank vault, it's like this. For an example, if I had the 150 Professor's Horde wand for balance, it would have these stats, and any school could equip it. So yeah, I don't really think I need to say why that is just so insane. Like, that makes off-schooling just fully possible. And yeah, man, I mean, I've been talking for so long about this pack, but it's seriously just, it is loaded. There are so many good things that you can pull out of this pack. And I mean, yeah, I mean, between Mass Feint, Incendiate, all of this good gear for you know, the lower levels and all that, and then even like good wands and Maycast wands, like this will Maycast the Scald. Like, it is just the best Horde pack by far. And I mean, I'm gonna spend the bulk of this video talking about it. So there is that. That's what we're on about. So, but yeah, that is the Professor's Horde pack. It is the best Horde pack. There are so many good things that you could pull out of it from just every single level. And I would recommend buying it because you are guaranteed at least one drop. I mean, even these flowers come from the Professor's Horde pack. I'm not even gonna lie, I just saw them and remembered. But yeah, I mean, it is a guaranteed one drop of either a hat, a robe, a pair of boots, or a wand from that pack. And I mean, it's good drop rates and amazing gear. I don't really think I need to say more. This is just the best pack on the market. Now, the last pack, and this is the first place pack for the most worthwhile pack to buy from the Crown Shop, is the Spell Elemental packs. And these little booster packs, you know, you can find them in the shop under the booster packs. And basically, it's like the Event Spell Elemental pack is a little more expensive, but it's like you look at these others and you see like the Morgant Saga Spell Element pack. If I open this right now, I will get just a bunch of spell elements for R2, and the drop rates are really, really good. I got 30 Fire Dragon just now. This is a scripted video, but you get the idea. I mean, it's like packs like that have, you know, a guaranteed drop for just useful stuff in general. Like, I mean, like the Fire Dragon spell elements. It's actually kind of tragic because I already have Max Fire Dragon, but don't even worry about it. Maybe I use it on Myth at some point, but hey. But I mean, there's not really much to say about why these Spell Elemental packs are just really, really good. It's like they have good drop rates. They are also guaranteed to give you on the last 3 rows spell elements for your school. Like you saw, I got Fire Dragon, and then, well, Fire Dragon twice, right? But then I also got some King Artorias for fire because I opened it on the fire. So it's really, really good, and it's I still wouldn't recommend buying crowns to just to buy this pack, but if you are lazy and you don't want to hit all the cantrip chests or farm Archmagus Lorcan for 72 hours straight, you know, then this is the pack for you. It is really, really good. It's, in my opinion, it is the best pack that the game has in it right now, just because good drop rates, you're getting your money's worth. It's also cheaper, so yeah, it is one of the few things that I honestly don't hate spending crowns on all that much. It's like you can still get it for free, but the pack alternative is good and worthwhile, I would say. It's just that, you know, it's still got the spending aspect to it. So yeah, that is going to wrap up my top 3 packs in Wizard101. So thank y'all for watching. I've been Ice Gold. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave up 50 comments for the algorithm. My Discord is down in the description if you want to chat with me some more, and I will see y'all later.